Hey everybody, let's talk Good Girl Gone Bad. I have tried the whole range and I just want to see, I'm here to tell you which good girl gone bad you are. Which one do you need? Which one do I like? Are they worth the purchase? Things like that, because they hyped up. So if you want to hear about Good Girl Gone Bad, don't go anywhere. Oops, did I forget my shameless plug? It's not shameless because it's my channel, but anyway, I now have my member side. I have the channel memberships. So it's a good way to help support my channel and also get different content that's more adult, that's more, just hanging out and talking about life as opposed to, just makeup and fragrances and everything. So if you would like to be a part of the channel, go ahead and hit that join button. It's right next to the subscribe, and it's really easy, and it'll, we have a good time in that area too, just like we do here, but it's just a little more mature conversations, I'm a little more transparent about other things about me, and it's just a good time. So that's my shameless plug. Let's go back to what we were doing. There we go. All right, so let's talk about Good Girl Gone Bad by Kilian. Now, if you are into fragrances, ladies, if you're into fragrances and you have not heard about Good Girl Gone Bad, let me just tell you about them. Kilian is a niche brand that was founded by Kilian Hennessy, who is the grandson of Hennessy, of the Hennessy line, the Hennessy cognacs and everything. So he has his own line, if you're not unaware of that, and so he makes some really beautiful fragrances. Now, I'm not gonna say everything is great, because like any line of anything, not everything's gonna be perfect, but Good Girl Gone Bad is one of the most popular fragrances that they make. Matter of fact, this is the most popular overall over time. Now, Love's Don't Be Shy had a moment, but Good Girl Gone Bad has been the most popular fragrance of the Kilian line for years. So let's just talk about it. So the first one is, of course, Good Girl Gone Bad. This was launched in 2012. It has the notes of osmanthus, jasmine, and May rose, and then Indian tuberose, narcissus, a little amber, and cedar. This is such an exciting, sexy fragrance. Now, when I first got this, now this is the travel spray. I have the travel set. Honestly, I'm not going to get the full bottle. I'll probably buy the refills for this, because I really love look at all them fingerprints. I really like their travel sprays. I think they're very elegant and luxurious, and just to pull this out of your purse and spray yourself with it, baby, what? So I really like the travel sprays much more than I honestly like the bottles themselves. And to be quite honest, Kilian is an expensive brand. They only do 50 to 60 ml bottles, and they're pricey, just putting it out there. So if you want to try Kilian, better to buy them on the off market. Look at FragranceNet, Fragrance Buy. A lot of times they get a lot of the Kilians and get them on a discount. I'm just putting that out there because she's expensive. So anyway, this is Good Girl Gone Bad. It's a floral fruity, and when I got it, it was like, man, I don't have anything that smells like this. It's just a very sexy, just kind of, it's like in that between. So it's not too much. It's like for when you're like hitting your 20s and you want to have like a more sophisticated, sexy vibe. That's Good Girl Gone Bad. As you get older, it still smells beautiful on you, but this is like one of those things that transcends ages. And when you smell it for the first time, there's something about it that I can't even put my finger on to say, oh, it's this, but it's definitely got that tuberose and that osmanthus. So the florals are so pretty, and then you got a little bit of fruitiness, not a lot. It's primarily a floral with a little tad sweetness, and then that amber and cedar mellow it out. Like when I got it, I was like, man, I've never smelled anything like this. It's just, it sits in its own space. And I will say, now that I've tried a few Kilians, there is a slight kind of DNA in these narcotics that are kind of similar. So there are some similarities to them, and it's kind of got this, when you're wearing it, it has this kind of sharpness to it, but not too sharp. This is, you know, this is definitely sexy. This is definitely saying it's a stylish sexy. That's the thing. It's got a style of its own. That's what it has. A style of its own. So now next up, let's talk about the next one. This I have a sample of because I did this whole thing with Kilian and talked to one of their essays, and this is Good Girl Gone Bad Extreme. Now this one has notes of and this was by Alberto Morelos, and I love his stuff. This is osmanthus, jasmine, and rose, Demai. It has milk, tuberose, and narcissus, and then it has amber and white cedar. So it has a little milkiness to it, pretty much almost the same thing as the original Good Girl Gone Bad, but it has a slight milkiness to it that gives it a little more, makes it just a little more creamy on the skin, whereas there's a little more tartness in the original Good Girl Gone Bad. This has a little more creaminess due to the milk. Still stylish, still sexy, very strong, you know, really nice. Honestly, love this one. It's just really awesome. And yeah, it's very similar, but it isn't more extreme. Let me tell you, I sprayed this on like maybe 1 or 2, and I was spraying and just on my hand just to try it out again, to refresh from the last time I tried it. And I was like, oh my God, this is so good. I forgot how good. And it was just, it stayed with me. It was on me. I could smell it, and it was just a couple of sprays on my arm. But it's, like I said, it has this creaminess that the original doesn't have, where Good Girl Gone Bad is a little tart, this is a lot creamier because of that milk note. Then next up is this one. This is Good Girl Gone Bad Eau Fresh. This just came out in 2020, 2019 it came out? Let me check. It came out in 2020. And the notes behind all of these are Alberto Morelos. And so this has top notes of Tunisian orange. It has orange blossom, Turkish rose, Moroccan rose. Then it has watery notes, Egyptian jasmine and tuberose, and musk. This one still has slightly the DNA of the original, but it takes it to this kind of watery place. It takes it to this very fresh. It's got a very fresh scent. It's very fresh. This is like your summertime Good Girl Gone Bad. This is yacht party Good Girl Gone Bad. This is hanging out at the country club, going to, you know, the Hamptons Good Girl Gone Bad. This is definitely, this is definitely you know, similar, but definitely not the same. So this is Good Girl Gone Bad Eau Fresh. Now let's just talk about my rankings of them and which way would I get them. Now, I'm gonna be real with y'all. This is my favorite one of all 3 of them. Good Girl Gone Bad Eau Fresh is my favorite. It's something about this watery, very light, fresh, sexy vibe. It just makes me feel like I'm in a 70s sitcom. You know what it reminds me of? This is what it reminds me of. You know, okay, for everybody who's a little, you remember the Mary Tyler Moore show and how it had those little vignettes and she was like doing her little thing, or That Girl from the 70s? That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of, you know, you'd be like taking pictures and you'd be like, oh, fresh. That girl true. Oh, fresh. That's what this reminds me of, but it smells so pretty. I'm gonna be real with y'all. When I got it, I started wearing it. It was like I had to wear it. It was one of those things that, remember how you say love at first sniff? Love at first sniff. Great blind buy. That's it. Next up is Good Girl Gone Bad Extreme. And the reason why is because I really like that creaminess that it has added into it, which mellows it out just a little bit, so it's not quite as tart. Because it, you know, the tartness in Good Girl Gone Bad can remind you of like a Delina-esque tartness, but in a different way. So this is why I want to get a full bottle of it, because you know, this is just a little bit. So I really like this one. This is my next in the ranking. Then I like Good Girl Gone Bad. Don't get me wrong, Good Girl Gone Bad is classic. She's stylish. She's that stylish, sexy chick. She's, you know, she's you know, working in the financial district. And she's letting people know that, yeah, I'm all about that power moves, but I'm still a lady at all times. And I've got a sexiness about me that is just a little, you know, this is like that sexy that you can wear to the office, because it doesn't come off too sexy, but it still speaks to the sexy side of you. So it's kind of got that bossy sexy. That's it. It's got the bossy sexy. So Good Girl Gone Bad is your bossy sexy one that you just, you know, spraying on, wearing it to work, just like what? And you walking through and you still bossing it, but you letting them know that there's a femininity to your boss. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's where we're going with this. So anyway, which ones do I want? I want them all. I'm just being honest with y'all. I want them all. I will be getting a full bottle of Good Girl Gone Bad Extreme real soon, because I want them all. They are worth me having all of them, because they all do different things, and I will wear them at different times. Just the truth of it. So like, because in the summertime, when it gets warm outside, I'm busting out my Good Girl Fresh again. She gonna be out here. Girl go Fresh. I'm gonna be, soon as it gets warm outside, this is going to be coming out again. And honestly, this is like a good work from home, work appropriate, you know, all of them can be worn in any occasion. All right, so that's it. I know I've been kind of all over the place, but I really love them. I didn't think I was going to love them as much as I did, because, you know, you hear about stuff that's hyped up and you be like, but these are really, really worth the hype. And if you want to like put on your list for a Christmas gift or a birthday gift, you know, something you want to splurge, these are splurge worthy. These are worth getting the splurge on these. All right, so that's it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, or a thumbs down, I don't care. And if you have any of these, or you know, try more, you know, if you tried them, let me know what you think about them. Do you have other ones? Which ones in the line do you like? I would love to hear about it. Let's have a talk about Good Girl Gone Bad. You know, all of us should have a little Good Girl Gone Bad in us.
Don't you hate when you're wearing these like off the shoulder tops and they just don't want to stay off the shoulder, and they like raising up all the time and you adjusting all the time? Oh, that's just me? Okay, well anyway.